Welcome back, you. And then I have to read that. It's always a problem, especially when Joel says, "Are you sure you can pronounce that word?" Me with no accent? No. Don't laugh for that. Mahogany Swing Band is a Vancouver Island-based jazz ensemble led by pianist Patrick Courtin. We have to say Courtin, huh? You pronounce it Courtin. Is your his French name? Yes. and vocalist Simon Patterson. The two first met as historical interpreters. You see the English? Working at Barkerville Historic Town while performing music of the Gold Rush era on an historic stage. The pair became fast friends and were particularly drawn together by their mutual love of classic music, jazz music, classic jazz music, especially the Great American Songbook. Please welcome Mahogany Swing Band.
Same old pounding in my heart whenever I think of you. And darling, I think of you day in and day out, day out, day in. I needn't tell you how my day begins. With a tingle, one possibility in view, that possibility of maybe seeing you. Come rain, come shine, I meet you, and to me the day is fine. Then I kiss your lips, and the pounding becomes an ocean roar, 1,000 drums. Can't you see that it's love? There can't be any doubt. When there it is, day in, day out. Day in, day out. That same old voodoo follows me about. That same old pounding in my heart whenever I think of you. And baby, I think of you day in and day out. Day out, day in. I needn't tell you how my days begin. When I wake with a tingle. One possibility in view, that possibility of maybe seeing you. Come rain, come shine, I meet you, and to me the day is fine. Then I kiss your lips, and the pounding becomes an ocean roar, 1,000 drums. Can't you see that it's love? There can't be any doubt. When there it is, day in, day out. come shine. I meet you, and to me the day is fine. And I kiss your lips, and the pounding me comes an ocean roar, 10,000 drums. Can't you see that it's love? There can't be any doubt when there it is, day in, day out, day in, day out. Thank you. Thank you once again. We're the Mahogany Swing Band. Now it's the time when I introduce the band. On the guitar, Matt Asen. On the bass, Andrew Cullen. On the drums, Al Murray. On the keys, of course, Mr. Patrick Courtin. And I'm your singer, Simon Patterson. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Now every time it rains, and it's from heaven. Don't you know which cloud contains? And it's from heaven you'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that your umbrella is upside down and train for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the thing you love, then you must have showers, baby. And when you hear the thunder, don't hide under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. It rains, and it's from heaven. Don't you know which cloud contains? Then it's from heaven you'll find your fortune falling all over town. Be sure that that umbrella is upside down and training for a package of sunshine and flowers. If you want the things you love, then you must have showers, baby. And when you hear the thunder, don't hide under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven, pennies from heaven, pennies from heaven for you and me. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. The golden voice of Mr. Simon Patterson. All right. So, and thank you all for being here. We're so very pleased to be here to do what we love to do. And so thank you so much to the Nanaimo jazz festival, all the people involved. I won't name them all, otherwise we'll do more talking than playing. So yeah, we just adore the Great American Songbook. Who doesn't? Although the other day I asked myself, just what is the Great American Songbook? You can't buy it. It's not one book. It'd be a very big book, but for anybody kind of scratching their head a little bit like I was, it's mostly a collection of songs written for Broadway musicals, stage and screen, in the 1930s and 40s, and they sounded often very different than the way that jazz musicians play them today, and the songs being in the current standard jazz repertoire. They really went through a transformation. You know, they were often slower and had entire string orchestras. So I'm absolutely fascinated by jazz history, and I hope you are too. Otherwise, all this is going to be very boring. But the first song we played was "Day In, Day Out" by Rube Bloom and Johnny Mercer from 1939. So there you go. And the second song was, of course, called "Pennies from Heaven" by another great songwriting duo, Arthur Johnston and Johnny Burke, in 1936. And that one came from a film of the same name, "Pennies from Heaven." So we're going to reach even further back in time for the style of this next song, which is just so much fun. It's called "I'm Gonna Sit Right Down and Write Myself a Letter and Make Believe that It Came from You."
Sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe that it came from you. I'm gonna write words oh so sweet, they're gonna knock me off of my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, I'll be glad I got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling better, and prose with love the way that you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe that it came from you. down and write myself a letter and make believe that it came from you. I'm gonna write words, oh, so sweet, yeah, they're gonna knock me off of my feet. A lot of kisses on the bottom, I'll be glad I got 'em. I'm gonna smile and say, I hope you're feeling better. And pros will love the way that you do. I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came. Make believe that it came from you. Thank you.
Thank you. That's so much fun. A slightly different, but mostly the same version of this band has gotten together in the past, to play just the music of the 1920s, and I play a more clarinet in that band, and we would host. We used to host swing dances in that speakeasy style. So we'll get back to that. In the meantime, that last tune, for your continued edification, was by, often thought to be written by Fats Waller, but he was just the one to really popularize it. It was by Fred Allert and Joseph Young in 1935, from the Broadway musical Ain't Misbehavin'. A few hits from that musical, I think. So Simon and I are just going to do a duo tune for a minute here. This one is, I guess, by the strictest definition of the Great American Songbook, not in the Great American Songbook, but I think that music that stands the test of time and continues to be written in that style is all part of the evolving Great American Songbook. So this is called Once Upon a Town, and it's by Tom Waits, and it's from a 1982 film called One from the Heart, a Francis Ford Coppola film that was an utter, complete failure. But some great music, some great Tom Waits stuff came out of it. So, Once Upon a Town.
Wish I had $1 for each time I took a chance. All those two-bit Romeos and counterfeit romance. Somehow I'm always thinking of each time that I fell down. The only way you fall in love is once upon a town. I slow down Purple Avenue, walk around in April shoes. The way the veins remind all the summertimes that I left behind. money's gone for old ends I've spent on Eastern Standard Time. What happened to my home? September fell right through the hole. All I've got is empty pockets now. Oh, why does August try so hard to hoist me from my old petard? Well, I've learned one thing from losing her, that an ounce of prevention was a pound of cure. The shadows fall, I cannot fret. The tenor of the things he said, what's left is flesh and bone. The lights are on, but no one's home. All I've got is empty pockets now. I spill myself another drink. I count the whiskers in the sink. The orchestra is blind, but I've never been the worrying kind. Subsequently, and furthermore, I'll stay right here on the draining board. I'll never be paroled. I like to drink them till they're sore. All I've got is empty pockets now. So in this 50-story domino, alive is where I've been. And though I said I swore I'd never fall in love again, I guess I still believe a frown is just a smile upside down. The story of our love begins with once upon a time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What a poet Mr. Tom Waits was. All right. Is true. Sorry, Tom.
You'll get over it.
No, what did he say? I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. That's Tom Waits right there.
Oh, that way.
Wow. All right. So, and now for something completely different is what I should have said before that tune. Well, I guess this next tune needs no introduction.
One, Heaven, I'm in heaven. My heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven. The cares that hang around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. I'd like to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. I'd rather climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't really thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arm about you. The charm about you will lead me to heaven. I'm in heaven. My heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. I'd like to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. I'd like to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't really thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arm about you. The charm about you will lead me to heaven. I'm in heaven. My heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek.
Al Murray on the drums. Thank you, Mr. Simon Patterson. We're going to play a couple of instrumental tunes while he takes a well-deserved break. Hello. We're going to play a couple of songs that I wrote. Although, sorry, the pedant in me needs to correct myself immediately. These are not songs; these are pieces. I know my friend Liam over there will be very pleased. These songs don't have lyrics, so they're not songs at all. They're pieces. All right, I'll put that away now. So this first piece is called Sleepyhead Bounce. I wrote just about the entirety of it in my head while I was sitting on an exercise ball, bouncing, holding my son in my arms, who's now for 14 months. At the time, he was 9 months old or something. And this melody started, oh, I really like this, but I can't forget it, so I'll hum it in my head over and over and over and over again. And then he fell asleep, and I put him down in the crib, and he stayed asleep. And I ran to some pen and paper. And this song came out of it. I was pretty pleased. And also, he stayed asleep. It was great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Matt Asen on the beautiful solo there. Matt just injects so much joy in everything he plays on the guitar. It's great having you around. Matt, although I'm very, very angry with Matt at the moment, he went and got into grad school in Toronto. No! Stop that! Stop that! Yeah, yeah. It was so well deserved, and yeah, you're gonna have an amazing time, Matt, and we're gonna miss you like heck. All right, this next tune I wrote is called Minor Situation. I really like puns. Okay, technically it's wordplay? I don't know. Matt is a pedant like me. It's fun. Well, to us, anyways. One, two, three. Thank you so much. And how about a hand for the God? It Feels like the worst cliche. I feel like bass players and drummers are just sick and tired of being called dependable. But dang it, that's what they are. These are amazing, just groovy musicians and also people. Al Murray and Andrew Cullen. I should have acknowledged them separately, but I feel like you clapped for two. Calling Mr. Simon Patterson back to the stage, please. (1937's) Easy Living, popularized by Billie Holiday.
Living for you, it's easy living, it's easy to live when you're in love, and I'm so in love. There's nothing in this life but you. I'll never regret the things I'm giving, they're easy to give. When you're in love, I'm happy to do whatever I do for you. For you. Maybe I'm a fool, but it's fun. People say you move me with one wave of your hand. Darling, it's grand. They just don't understand living for you. It's easy living, it's easy to live when you're in love, and I'm so in love. There's nothing in this life for you. living for you. It's easy living, it's easy to live when you're in love, and I'm so in love. There's nothing in this life but you. I'll never regret the things I'm giving, they're easy to give. When you're in love, I'm happy to do whatever I do, whatever I do for you, for you. Maybe I'm a fool, but it's fun. People say you move me with one wave of your hand. Darling, it's grand. They just don't understand living for you. It's easy living, it's easy to live when you're in love, and I'm so in love. There's nothing in this life but you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We've got another couple of songs for you. Just want to say a huge thank you to everybody. Francois, Joël, Anthony on sound, Doug and Michaela doing the YouTube video. That's amazing. Thank you. Gosh, I'm forgetting things. Thank you so much for putting this all together. This just means the world to us. And how about a hand for the first band, Marty Steele. Wonderful to have these shows be double bills. You know, we get to play a show and see a show. How great is that? All right. We're gonna do a song here that I will not tell you the story or much of the story about it because it would take too long. But you should all go home and look up Billy Strayhorn and Lush Life. This Billy Strayhorn wrote this song over the course of about 3 years, starting when he was 17, apparently. He was a young pianist and composer who collaborated with Duke Ellington for a long time, and he was responsible for, he wrote "Take the A Train," for instance. And this song has kind of reached a bit of a legendary status. It's almost hard to feel worthy of playing it, but we'll do our very best for you. Lush Life.
I used to visit all the very gay places, those come what may places, where one relaxes on the axis of the wheel of life to get the feel of life from jazz and cocktails. The girls I knew had sad and sudden gray faces with distinct gay traces that used to be there. You could see where they've been washed away by too many through the day. 12 o'clock tales. Then you came along with your siren song to tempt me to madness. I your poignant smile was tinged with the sadness of a great love for me. Oh, yes, I was wrong. Again, I was wrong. Life is lonely again, and only last year everything seemed so sure. But now life is awful again, and chock full of hearts could only be a bore. A week in Paris leaves the bite of it. All I care is to smile in spite of it. I'll forget you, I will, while yet you are still burning inside my brain. Romance is mush, stifling those who strive. I'll live a lush life in some small dive, and there I'll be while I rot with the rest of those whose lives are lonely.
Mr. Simon Patterson.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, folks. Well, if you liked our show, you can take a little bit of it home with you, because you see, we recorded a compact disc. It's a little thing about this big, and it plays music when you put it in some old cars, and the stereos. And if you would like to support us, please do purchase one of our compact discs and play it in one of these old cars if you have one. Otherwise, just put it on your mantelpiece and admire it while you stream the music to your heart's content on your favorite streaming service. And that's all my plug/soapbox. I promise I won't go on anymore. It's out there available for purchase. Thank you very much. Anyways, here's our last song. This one is called When I Found You, and it's we got this tune from a collaboration between Mel Torme and Buddy Rich, and it's an awful lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming out. Please come chat with us afterwards. We love to say hello, and look us up for more shows coming up. You can check out my website, patrickcourtin.com, and we're doing lots more. And please don't miss the next couple of shows with the Nanaimo Jazz Festival. Next week, Matt's band is playing Hard Times. He was explaining quintuplets to us. I'm very excited to hear that show. And the other band is wonderful, a Mingus tribute, I believe. And then the last one is the one and only Phil Dwyer is going to be playing, so don't miss the rest of the shows. All right, well, nothing left to say, but thank you and good night. This is When I Found You.
Yesterday, I knew where I was going, and though I knew, I didn't seem to mind. But today, I had no way of knowing when I found you. Yesterday, my world had turned to ashes, and as I watched, sunshine turned to gray. But then the dark clouds came tumbling down, like the whole world was turning around. My 2 feet left the ground when I found you. I found love in your eyes, from the ocean to the sky, and it all seemed to start when I found you. I found love in your heart, from the morning to the dark, and it all found my heart when I found you. Now I know I can go on, never fearing that you'll be gone. Yesterday, I knew where I was going, and though I knew, I didn't seem to mind. But then the dark clouds came tumbling down, like the whole world was turning around. My 2 feet left the ground when I found you. I found love in your eyes, from the ocean to the sky, and it all seemed to start when I found you. I found love in your heart, from the morning to the dark, and it all found my heart when I found you. I found love in your heart, from the morning to the dark, and it all seemed to start when I found you. I found love in your eyes, from the ocean to the sky, and it all found my heart when I found you.
Mahogany Swing Band, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and have a nice evening. Good night.